Good day, ladies and gentlemen. We are now starting a new journey, a journey of present value of annuity. And this chapter, or this part of the chapter, because it's chapter 3, is based on the previous part of this chapter, which was the future value of annuities. So we are focusing on the present value of annuities. The foundation was laid in the previous chapter. Now we will be continuing with some of the basics that were done in the future value of annuity. So not much is new, it's just the direction that is new. Now the present value of an annuity can be understood in two ways, and I presented those two ways in this table here. The first way, it can be understood as a lump sum of money that must be invested presently to generate or yield or give a series of equal withdrawals in the future at a given rate of interest, with the first withdrawal made one time interval after the investment is made. And I want to highlight this also red, because I highlighted this red. It says one time interval after the investment is made, meaning we invest money now. When I say now, I'm referring to the period. Then we start making withdrawals from month 1, month 2, month 3, meaning it must be one period after, or more especially in alignment with the interest that will be compounded. But I will explain this also as we progress. What does this mean, one time interval after? Because there is an example that has this. Secondly, and please be mindful of the fact that in this one we are making investment, we invest money, then after we make withdrawals in the future, either withdrawals every 2 months or withdrawal every 3 months, but there will be future withdrawals based on the amount that we have invested. And this is very popular to the person, probably, let us say you are a retired person, or you're retired and you want to invest money now so that you can generate withdrawals of such and such amount for the next 20 years. So now this is exactly what we're talking about. Secondly, it says it can be understood. What is it that can be understood? It is the present value of an annuity. Don't forget, it can be understood as a lump sum of money that is presently owed. That means we are owing somebody now, and that will be circled by a series of equal payments in the future at a given rate of interest, with the first payment starting one time period after the debt is incurred. Let us say you buy a car through finance lease, and I'm sure people that have bought car, they will know when you say finance lease, where you buy the car through the bank. That means you are presently owing the bank money now, and you are planning to circle the account through a series of equal payments. Then you pay for the for your car for a period of 5 years, but you were owing the bank at the time you bought the car presently. Then you circle that through the future, or through the series of equal payments. Remember not to forget the definition of an annuity, that an annuity is a series of equal payments made at regular intervals of time at the same interest rate. Just to remind you of what we said previously under the future value of an annuity. So that has not changed, and it will not change. Now, if let us say you owe, I want to highlight the word owe, which says you presently owe. Let us say you buy a car and you owe the bank immediately now an amount of 240,000. This is what you owe to the bank. Then now you make monthly payments of let us say 4,000. Make monthly payments for the next 5 years. You pay 4,000, 4,000. In other words, these payments that will take place for the next 5 years, they are equal to the amount that you presently owe now, which is 240,000. You owe the 240,000 now, but you are going to pay this 240,000 over the 4,000 payments for the next 5 years. So I want to highlight this because as we progress, this becomes very important for you to master these PMTs. They are the present value, or the present value for these payments for the next 5 years. When you're paying your car, they are equal to the amount that you presently owe now, which is 240,000 in my example of the car that you bought, which you owe the bank at that point in time, together with the interest already taken into account. I want to mention that also. Now let me come straight to example 3.5. And I say 3.5 firstly. What does that mean to say firstly? That means the scenario of 3.5 is based on the amount that is invested presently, so that a series of equal withdrawals can be made in the future, with the first withdrawal made one time interval after the investment is made. So now that is very clear. Now we are presented to us with the story of Mr. Smith, example 3.5, where Mr. Smith, we are told that he just recently retired and he wants to receive 800, a very small amount of money, 800 at the end of the month for the next 10 years. So the question is, how much must he invest presently, present value, so that he can generate 800 every month for the next 10 years? So now meaning the withdrawals of 800 for the next 10 years must be equal to the present value, meaning the present value, or the amount that must be invested presently, must be able to generate him 800 every month for the next period of 10 years. That means we are doing what is called discounting the future payments into the present value. That is what it means. I think I highlighted that in the future value annuity. Discounting, it was part of the introduction, how to discount the future payments into present value. Then now it says, if money can be invested at 15% per annum compounded monthly, how much should he presently invest? Calculate also the interest that will be earned by the investment. So we also need to calculate the interest that will be earned by this investment. Now let us look now at the calculations for this question. Now just trying to get some notebook so that I can write. I just forgot to open it in the beginning. I don't know how I forgot. Now we are doing example 3.5, e.g. 3.5, present value of an annuity. What do we have, or what do we know? We know that this gentleman wants to receive payments of 800, which is PMT of 800, for, or at the interest rate of 15, that is divided by 12 every month. Interest is compounded monthly for the next 10 years. 10 times by 12 will give us the total number of months that this person will be receiving this 800. And I also forgot to open the calculator. It will be 10 years times by 12, which gives us 120. That means for 120 months this person wants to receive 800. The question is, how much must be invested presently? That is why we compute PV, which is our present value. So now we continue in this same note, and we're calculating now our present value. Remember, there is an app of the financial calculator that is written time value of money, TVM. I just want to bring your attention there. We are dealing with the present value of an annuity. Now what are we calculating? We are calculating the present value, the change on top. Interest is compounded monthly, and our compounding is also monthly. Our frequency of payments are monthly, and our compounding is also monthly. PMT, how much does this person wants to receive? He wants to receive 800 of payment. Number of payments, it is 120 for 10 years. The rate of interest is 15%. and payments are at the end of the period. So now what do we want to calculate? We want to calculate the present value. 49,586.28 is the amount that he must invest now. 49,000, 49 or 48, 49,586, 586.28, 586.28. So now this is the amount that this person must invest presently in order for him to get to the amount that he wants to receive for the next 10 years. So in other words, what do we mean? We are saying now, if now this person invests this money from month 1, month 2, up to month number 120, he is going to be able to receive series of equal receipts. It's not payments now, he's receiving money. Series of equal receipts of 800 up to the 120th month, which is 10 years. So now this person will be able to receive 800 for the next 10 years. In other words, what are we saying? We are saying this person wants to receive 800 from month 1, month 2, up to month number 120. Because we know how much this person is going to be receiving every month for the next 10 years, then we need to say how much must he invest now. We are calculating the present value of the future receipts or the future inflows of cash. That is what it means to say we are discounting the future cash inflows into the present value. How much must be invested presently so that it can generate him 800 rands of the payments every month for the next 10 years. This is quite important to master, although you might think this is not important. Very important to master, because we'll be dealing with this throughout this period. Now, I have unpacked this very well for you so far, and I will be loving to be with you in the next question, because the next question, it is the variation of the above example, meaning now this above example is more extended or is more expanded than the first one. So now we have extended this example, and you'll see how lovely and how exciting the next question is, which is also aligned with the previous one. And I want to stop, although we still have 12 minutes, because the next one will need some more explanation than the first one. Remember, the numbering is made by me. This is not exactly as it is in your handout, and this question, they don't follow each other. This question follows after another question. So now I've decided to number it by myself. So no, that is part of your handout, but it's not exactly after this handout, after this example, but I decided to put it here because they go hand in hand. Thank you guys with that.